Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Power Plays Palace, man. We back again for another one of these days, man. We're trying to see what's going on out here in the real world when it comes to the stock market, man. So let's not prolong the time. Let's go ahead and get down to it. All right. So here's the chart from yesterday. We were looking for if SPY was to, hold on a second, y'all. Had to get my goddamn. I'm drinking my water early this morning. So, if SPY was to break and hold above the pre-market high of 754.35, then we was gonna look for, and that was really on the opening. But we was going to be looking for a target of 756, 758, 760. And if we had a little pullback into the 753, 34, 752, 23 range, then we was going to be looking for targets of 754, 35, 756, 758. And if we got rejection at the pre-market high area, we was looking at 751, 750, and 748.69. And no joke in the between, but if we saw a pullback and not breaking below, but it breaks below that pre-market low, we was gonna look for those same levels because those were all key levels, and we were gonna see what was gonna happen, and so that's where we were on yesterday with the chart. So let's see what happened in the market. Hold on, what's going on? I'm trying to. Oh. Alright, let's get my trading view chart up there. It was running from me real quick. I know why I was running because the market been tripping this morning a little bit. Y'all see that over there, but let's get to yesterday first. So SPY opened up right here around 754.26. It ran up, made that high today, 755.58. It pulled back right here to 753.50 before it went up to 755.48. 55, 58 again. Once it did that, it started to pull back, and that thing all the way down to 750.21. It's an $8 drop. You had some brief pullbacks in between, but man, look at that drop. But here's the crazy part about it. I said $8. I meant $5 drop, but $5 drop. It went from 755.58 all the way down to 750, 22, 21 on the next candle. But then it started to go back up. And this was around 12:30. It started to go back up, and it ended up going all the way back up to 754.85 before it pulled back 753, and then it ended the day. The regular part of the day, it closed at 754.73, and then the last 15 minutes after that, because the SPY market closed at 4:15, it shut down at 754.49, and that was yesterday. And today it consolidated, kind of stayed in that same range over the night, and then this morning we had a small gap down here, 754. It opened 754.11 after closing at 754.66. So it's a small gap. Then it came back, filled that gap right here, 754.60. So that was our pre-market high so far today. It's 8:49. I had to redo this. This is the second time I do this because the first time that market went right down past that number. So we got to 754. Now we at 751.25. And then you see right here where it briefly went below that to 751.20 here since I made this chart. But that's what we have for today, and that's what the pre-market is doing. And so let's look at the chart for today, man, because the movement, man, early morning market movement, it could be a sign. Sometimes, a lot of times when the market moves like that early morning, it actually, it's a sign of what could be about to happen during the day. Now, I tell you right now, ain't no guarantees. Ain't no guarantees in the stock market. But once you see the market start to change up, pre-market move like that, it could lead to something. But for right now, this is what we're gonna do. If SPY was to break out and push above that pre-market high, and we get some good volume, we'll set our stop loss below 753.25. Or we'll sit at the VWAP, and I put the VWAP on here because I do use the VWAP. I think that if this is my theory, that when the VWAP is above the price, then and it's consistently above the price, like especially if price come up and touch it and react going down, I believe that that's a sign that you need to not try to buy no calls and stuff. But if the VWAP is below the price and they're using it as support instead of resistance, then I'm looking for just the opposite. I'm looking for calls. So that's what we're looking at right now. But if you're close to that VWAP, if you use the VWAP as your support level, nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna put our stop loss below 753.25 or at the VWAP, and then we got 755.58. 758.50, 757, and 760. And if we pull back the support level to the pre-market low and then try to push up, because you do see a lot of double bottoms and bounces from there, then we'll be looking for, we'll put our stop below 750.20, and then we'll set our target 754.60, 757, and 755. I said that wrong. 754.60, 755.58, and 757. And so that's what we'll be looking for on the call side. On the put side, if we get a breakdown below that pre-market low or a rejection at the pre-market high this early in the morning, because the way the market is moving, we'll set our stop above 752.70 or, like I said, the VWAP level, and go to 750.21. Then we'll be looking at 748.75, 747.50, and 746, and that'll be our options for our bullish pullback levels today. My biggest thing today is just be careful, because the market has a lot of ebbs and flows. I mean, it goes up, it goes down. You might get 2 hours of the market going straight up, and then you'll get the next 2 hours of the market going straight down. But if you have your levels and you set your trade plan and you use that as your guide, I truly believe that it'll be the safest way to go about doing this. Now, on this chart, you see there's some resistance levels. You want to watch those levels, and there's support levels. You want to watch those levels. And the reason the resistance in red, because resistance, is something that's holding you up, slowing you down, and support is something that's pushing you forward. So what we want to do is we want to pay attention to these key levels: pre-market high, pre-market low, previous day high, previous day low, the VWAP. I pay attention to those levels, even if I'm looking at projections or retracement, and they don't always align with those levels. I'm still going to pay close attention to those levels, because those are traditionally been strong areas to kind of gauge where you want to play and how you want to play a particular trade or a set of trades. And then the other thing I want to say, and I don't say this enough, is know your end game before you get into the trade. A lot of times we get into these trades and we don't really know where we want to get out at. Some people don't set take profit levels, and some people don't set stop losses. I'm going to tell you, ain't nothing wrong with playing Russian roulette. I mean, if you think that's a fun game to play, but that's what you playing when you playing that high risk, what I call high risk trading, without having a trade plan or even a get exit strategy. That's the whole purpose for having levels, is so that you will be able to know, gauge when it's time to get in and out. Especially if you new to this or you just trying to learn this, you definitely want to know and have a trade plan before you get started. And so that's where we are right now. that's our trade plan for the day. You can see the market, what it's doing right now. It's 8:54, so I'm glad that the market didn't go too far left once I made the chart again, but we here, and let's see what happens. You see my blue lines, that's previous days, pre-market highs and lows. Purple lines, previous days, highs and lows from the whole day. Yellow line is the current previous day's high and low. White line is pre-market high and low of today. And as you can see, like I said, we got it set at 751.25, but it actually went down to 751.20. So the market, and it looked like it's working its way down a little bit. So be careful with the market. Don't go too far if you can't. Hey man, get in and out. But that's our trade plan for the day. Remember, this is not financial advice. Come on, man. This Power Plays Palace. We'll see you tomorrow, man. We out.